Hello everyone and welcome to Sharpness Gaming, and today we're back with some more Pokemon, but this time we are on the Doubles Battle Spot Ladder instead of the VGC Battle Spot Ladder, and this is because there's only certain Pokemon allowed in VGC 2017, and I figured we should give some love to the Pokemon from yesteryear, and maybe some of the newer ones mixed in with them. So, in this series, I'm going to start off by trying out as many things in a strategy as I can. Like, say, right now, we're doing Sun. I want to try out as many Sun-related Pokemon that I can. So, Sun Setters, Sun Users, Sun Pokemon, or Pokemon that do well under the Sun because it helps with weaknesses, that kind of stuff. So, today, we've got Mega Charizard Y, we've got Suicune. I'm not, like, a lot of these Pokemon you've seen before on the channel if you've been here for a while because they are some of my favorite Pokemon from essentially VGC 2015 was when all of them were available, basically. And that's going to be the case here, except we also have new Alola Pokemon. It's just like the box art legendaries and the mythical Pokemon we can't use. So we got Mega Charizard Y, we got the Suicune. I don't know how I feel about Suicune on this team, but we'll see how it ends up working out. We have Rhyperior. This is Lightning Rod Rhyperior. I typically use Solid Rock, but we went Lightning Rod to help save the Charizard and the Suicune from like Tapu Koko, that kind of stuff. So that's partially our Tapu Koko counter, because we do have two electric weaknesses on this team. And our two resistances, Hydreigon and Bellossom. Bellossom doesn't want to take hits either way. You can see I'm fixing my earbud over and over again because it's so weighted at the bottom. It just pulls it out of my ear, so fix that. I don't know, I'm getting caught and stuff. And then Hydreigon is weak to Dazzling Gleam ×4, so we have Choice Scarf Hydreigon to be able to hopefully outspeed the Tapu Koko and use Go Earth Power. And then we have Aegislash Wide Guard, which can also save us from Dazzling Gleam from the Tapu Koko, and then its Weakness Policy. So we'll see how that ends up working out, especially because we'll be under the sun, and Aegislash is weak to fire, so it may not always work out. So let's see, yes. Now, originally I ran Choice Scarf Hydreigon because I had Life Orb on the Bellossom, and Bellossom is our Sun Abuser. It's got Chlorophyll. It's a really weird Pokemon, but I really wanted to try it out. I can't remember why. Oh, it's because it was being used in a Soul Link. I'm like, I want to use Bellossom. So originally he had the Life Orb, but I didn't have a Z-move user, so I put Bloom Doom on the Bellossom. So Hydreigon was going to be Life Orb, but I changed it just like last second, so maybe we'll work around that, I don't know. But again, we want to try and use as many of the Sun Pokemon as we can, so we won't stick with this team for too long. We got a 15-17 rated player from Japan. Let's see what they got. They got Hail, so it's going to be Weather Wars, starting it off here with Ninetales, Alolan Sandslash, Garchomp, Lucario, I almost said Ludicolo, Gyarados, and Tapu Lele. So I'm going to lead Charizard and Bellossom. We're going to bring Rhyperior in the back and Aegetic Slash. Now let's think. Hydreigon probably wouldn't be too terrible here, because we do outspeed the Garchomp. We'd outspeed Ninetales, probably not Sandslash with the Hail. Why did I want Rhyperior? Because of Rock Slide, essentially. But I think Rhyperior doesn't really like this team because it's still weak to Ice. So let's switch Rhyperior for Hydreigon. Let's do that instead. This does mean that Gyarados is really only... not Gyarados. Charizard is our only super effective Pokemon against Gyarados because it has Ancient Power, which isn't great because Gyarados is super effective against it. This also allows us to use our Mega Pokemon, which is really cool. Ming. I just gotta check to make sure I'm not getting notifications on my phone. Things and such. He's gonna lead Ninetales Gyarados, which is perfect for us because that means I can set up my Sun. And I can actually kill the Gyarados here. I do have Sludge Bomb on the Bellossom, so I can hit that Ninetales. But I can just Mega Evolve with Gyarados. I mean Charizard. I keep saying Gyarados for Charizard. I can Mega Evolve Charizard. So, what the am I trying to say? Heat Wave here, and then protect my Bellossom, because Bellossom doesn't have its speed yet. So Charizard may end up going down here. If anything, then Ninetales switches out. Charizard shouldn't go down, though. Unless this Gyarados has Rock Slide, which would be really weird. But, yeah. So we don't see any switches. But Charizard should not go down unless he hits Blizzard on it as well. just because we do have the sun up, so Waterfall shouldn't KO us. It should not. Bellossom protects here, so none of his Pokemon should be protecting, just because I protected first. Ninetales sets up the Aurora Veil, but it's going to fail because of my sun. So, interesting play there, trying to go for the Aurora Veil. I assumed he thought I was Mega Charizard. Why? Maybe he didn't know Aurora Veil didn't work. And here comes Waterfall. It's going to hit Charizard, but it won't knock us out. And we do see that we outspeed the Gyarados, which is absolutely perfect, because now I can go for another Heat Wave. And I don't even have to waste the Bloom Doom here, I don't think. Because we should be able to knock out the Gyarados, right? Yeah. I'm just going to go for Energy Ball. As long as Heat Wave hits, that is. I am chancing us missing the Heat Wave, but if anything, he switches out his Ninetales here to try and get rid of my sun. Yeah. And in comes the Garchomp. I do have Hidden Power Ice, so I can hit that Garchomp. If we knock out the Gyarados is the only problem. So I kind of... Oh, it's got Citrus, so we won't be knocking out the Gyarados here. We won't be knocking out Gyarados here. Here comes the Heat Wave. It's going to do nice damage. Can we burn Gyarados, though? No burn. Waterfall should take us out now. That's unfortunate. But that does mean that our sun gets to stay up for at least the start of another turn. So what do I bring in? I just bring an Aegislash because Hydreigon is going to scare him. So here's my thinking. Hydreigon scares out the Garchomp because I bring it in so... Not thoroughly. I bring it in so confidently that he switches out Garchomp for Ninetales just to get up the hill. But here, he's like, oh, I can just Earthquake this thing. And then, like, Ice Fang, Blossom. Gyarados actually protects here, so that's fine. That's fine. I can deal with that, because I can hit Power Ice this Garchomp and knock it out. Blossom getting its first kill. Hiya! The unfortunate thing is now if Ninetales comes in, we do underspeed a lot of stuff with the Bellossom. And then Shadow Ball isn't going to do anything to the Gyarados. Now we do have Mind Games with the Aegislash too. If, say, he expects me to King Shield this turn. I can always Wide Guard too. I can double protect this turn and then Wide Guard, I think is what I'm going to end up doing here. Because then that stops Blizzard. It stops the Blizzard. Okay, I was gonna say, what are you thinking about? And he's gonna bring out the Ninetales, reset up the Snow Warning, which does make Gyarados stronger, which is unfortunate. I mean, this Ninetales goes for Aurora Veil this turn, doesn't it? Not Aurora Veil, the other one. Yeah, Aurora Veil. So I'm gonna hit the Ninetales, and I should be able to Energy Ball Gyarados. This is a lot of hoping and trusting. He just straight goes for Blizzard. We got a dead Bellossom on our hands. No. Oh, what? Bellossom didn't die? Bellossom, my girl. Oh, Ice Fang. Ow. Bellossom did die there. I'm surprised we took a Blizzard. Blossom's got too much bulk. I should have protected Bellossom there, but that's fine. We've got a Choice Scarf Hydreigon sitting in the back here. So he didn't attack Aegislash, probably predicting the King Shield. Ninetales is going to go down. Yeah. Should have just protected Bellossom. Shoot. Shoot, dang. But that's fine. We should be fine. We got Choice Scarf, Hydreigon sitting in the back, and this Gyarados has to work around King Shield. Oh boy, Tapu Lele. Oh boy, it's a Tapu Lele. It's a Tapu Lele. Alright, so the problem we have right now, I'm going to Flash Cannon the Lele. God, is he going to... I Dark Pulse the Gyarados. If Gyarados protects for some reason, then oops. If he doesn't, if I do this, it like messes with the lighting. And the lighting's already pretty terrible, even with the window covered. Even with the window covered. I should have put the shades down before I put the sheet up. I'm a fool. The sheet's there to keep the heat in for the reptiles. Okay. Okay, we knock out Gyarados. We should be fine then. Because he didn't protect Gyarados, now Aegislash has some free hits on the Lele. He's going to Moonblast, I'm assuming, into the, yep, Hydreigon. That knocks me out. Ouchie. I was going to Dark Pulse, try and flinch the Lele, but it was safer to try and knock out the Gyarados. Even if he did protect there, then this Aegislash should still knock out the Lele, and then we can go and... Is it Focus Sash? That's not even Focus Sash. Aegislash just missed the KO, but the Hail does him in. That's what you get for trying to get rid of my son. Boy, who do you think you are? That should be all his mons, right? Yeah. So, Bellossom got 1 KO. Could have gotten 2 had I just protected. But what can you do? What can you do? I mean, Bellossom puts in a lot more work than I originally thought it ever would. I thought Bellossom just be getting killed all the time and not picking up kills, but it actually gets some kills. Especially with the Life Orb. So, I might have to put Life Orb back on it. I think I was just a little overzealous with trying to put a Z-move on a Pokemon. And I can always put Z-move on, like, Suicune or freaking Rhyperior. Because I do really like Choice Scarf Hydreigon. I didn't think I'd like it at first, but it's been pulling through. Or maybe even Z-move Aegislash. That'd be cool too. That could be cool too. I'm still trying to test out the meta here. 1643, we got quite the jump there in ratings. Because I haven't been playing doubles Battle Spot. So we have Landorus and Aetherian. That's a familiar face. What's that little thing called? Togedemaru, Gyarados, Porygon 2, Muck, and Mandibuzz. So it looks like a mix of a Tailwind and Trick Room team. I just, unfortunately, don't have any fake-out users. I do have Rhyperior for the... What's that thing? It's not a bug. The freaking Togedemaru. I'm going to bring in Zard. The old Zardiard. Oh, he just rock slides, though. I think we go Suicune. Because if he leads like Landorus, Suicune covers the Landorus. Bring in Zard, bring Rhyperior. And for the last Pokemon, what do we have covered? We have the Landorus covered, the Mandibuzz, the Togedemaru. I guess we could bring Hydreigon. I'm gonna bring Bellossom. I've put my faith in the Bellossom. Put my faith in the Bellossom. We just really don't have anything to hit Gyarados. Maybe I should put an Electric type on this team, but I do have Lightning Rod, Rhyperior. I could go back to Solid Rock, I guess, or just run Discharge. We just need an Electric type move to hit Gyarados because it's been showing up almost every game. I mean, we've only had 2 games. Togedemaru, Porygon 2. So there's a Lightning Rod user on his side and a Porygon. So maybe it tries to set up the Trick Room. Maybe it does try and set up the Trick Room. Togedemaru does float in the air with the air balloon. Download boost gives him attack. That's perfect. That's perfect. I'm going to Scald the Togedemaru. I'm going to switch Charizard for Rhyperior. I'm going to switch the Zard for the Piri. Because, I mean, he most likely fakes out, especially the Charizard here. Because I can kill his Togedemaru. Whereas Suicune can't. And if he goes for, like, Nuzzle or something dumb, then I just suck it up. I suck it up with Rhyperior. The only unfortunate thing is Rhyperior is weak to Zing Zap. The Iron-type move. Which sounds like it'd be an Electric-type move. But it's not. It's Steel. Alright. Alright, opponent. He's got a lot of things. He could go for Trick Room here, too. That's why I didn't want a Tailwind, because then it's just a waste of my turn. Okay, Charizard switches out. 4. Rhyperior. Perfect. Perfect. Togedemaru does just straight go for Zing... Oh, Zing Zap is an Electric-type move. Yeah, that's right. It's an Electric-type Iron Head. That's right. Oh, Ground-type Pokemon now get the special attack boost from those moves. Oh, Ice Beam. Expecting Rhyperior to come in. Very good. If I was still weakness policy. Oh, I get frozen. Everything's going wrong with my life. I am leftovers now, though. Instead of freaking Weakness policy. Originally, he had the weakness policy instead of Aegislash. But now I go for Snarls to drop that Porygon to drop its special attack stat. So it's not hitting Rhyperior's art. We see Frozen Rhyperior once again. We see Zingzap once again, in case I switched out, but I'm not switching out. It used to be Ground-type Pokemon wouldn't get the special attack boost. They'd just suck it in, and then it'd say it didn't work. Of course we missed the Porygon 2. Why the... wouldn't we? That'd be too easy! So now we're taking another huge... frickin' Ice Beam. And I'm sure we'll stay frozen the rest of the match, too, which is just perfect. I'm surprised he stayed in and Zing-zapped, because I could have taken him out with a freaking Heat Wave. I should have. And I should have. I mean, once I get a Snarl off on this P2, we'll be looking nice. This Togedemaru is always going to outspeed me. He might even switch out Togedemaru here. No, it's going to Spiky Shield. Probably expecting me to take him out. Come on, Suicune, you gotta hit this Snarl on the Porygon 2. Hit him? Yes. Okay. I don't know that it makes us survive this turn, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Here comes the Ice Beam. Owie. Stop. Oh, we live! We do live, but... I don't know, I'm not a min-speed Rhyperior, so there is a... Wait, what kind of Rhyperior am I? Because I switched this from a different Rhyperior. Oops, not Charizard. Oh, that's right. It doesn't show the frickin' natures on this, which is dumb. It's incredibly stupid. Yeah, we might be Jolly. Or we're Adamant, one of the two. One of the dos. So now I Scald the Togedemaru to knock it out. And I try to go for Earthquake. I don't really care if I hit my own Suicune at this point. I do have Citrus Berry. He's going to withdraw the Togedemaru, though. Oh, I guess I could have doubled into... Oh, he's going to bring in Scald. Or, not Scald. Intimidate Gyarados. I mean, do get Scald off, so there is a possibility to burn him. Burn? Burn? Damn. And Rhyperior, of course, stays frozen solid, even though we do outspeed the Porygon 2, and he's going to be able to knock me out. That's such garbage that we stayed frozen for, what was that, 4 turns? Or I guess he froze us on the first turn, technically. Okay, now I bring in Charizard. Now I bring in the Zardiard. I bring in the Zard, and I Snarl again with Suicune. And we Mega Evolve to set up the Sun. I could Ancient Power the Gyarados. Let's do that. Let's Ancient Power the Gyarados. Because it should be 2-8 KO with Ancient Power unless it's another Citrus Berry Gyarados. I guess I could have Scalded him, but, you know. Now we have the Sun set up so that Bellossom will be outspeeding it anyway, and we can Z-move it if it comes down to it. We know he has Togedemaru in the back, and one other Pokemon. So I don't know. The biggest problem right now is going to be the Porygon 2. We got to get rid of this darn thing. But I'm just snarling it, I guess. I mean, if we drop it low enough and it stays in the entire time, then it becomes pretty useless, which is nice. Unless it has Toxic. Okay, Megazard comes out here, setting up the Sun for himself, so he's not hurting himself, or not getting hurt too much, sorry, by the waterfall. Jeez. Oh, Gyarados protects. Does he have Thunderbolt Porygon too? Ancient Power. Not gonna do anything. Hit him. There we go. There we got a -2 Porygon 2. Just perfect. And he does have Thunderbolt. Hooray! Ow. Owie. Ouchie. I'm gonna Scald the Gyarados this turn and protect the Charizard. Or no way. Or no way. We're gonna Heat Wave. We're gonna try and burn this thing. We're gonna try and burn this thing. I mean, he'll get one... Oh, he withdraws Porygon 2. That's perf. Oh, Togedemaru, that's even perfer. That's even perfer, because he thought it wasn't going to Hit him. It's a mega dose, too. So he's trying to get around the ancient power. But now I can solar beam him. So he's got Mold Breaker. But I think he outspeeds us now. No, never mind. Okay, go. We do at least get a hit off. And we knock out the Togedemaru. That does nice damage. That's nice damage to Gyarados. Can Heat Wave burn him? Nope. Waterfall. This is really going to hurt. Ow. We survive on 15. And we get a Scald off from the Suicune. Can we burn the Gyarados? Please. Yes. I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point because he's already hit Charizard. But, I mean, residual damage. You know. And I can always Solar Beam him now, too. But I also don't really need to anymore. Porygon 2 is going to come out. And either he Trick Rooms here. He gets the attack boost again, which is fine by me. But now I can start snarling him again. And say, suck it. And I'm going to Heat Wave. Because I think Gyarados protects here. Even though it's burned. I'm also not necessarily worried about it. So we hit the Heat Wave on both Pokemon. That's cool. It's going to do a bunch of damage to Gyarados, even though it's resisted. Tons of the Porygon 2 as well. Waterfall, most likely to Charizard. Yep. But again, I'm not worried about that Gyarados anymore. And he had the possibility of setting up a +1 there with Dragon Dance. And that Snarl's going to chip him a little bit too. We drop the Porygon 2 to -1. He's going to go for Thunderbolt. Yup. Ouch. Do not do. That hurt. Alright, and the Gyarados will lose a little bit of its health. And now I can bring in Bellossom and bomb that Porygon 2. Just absolutely bomb it. And how many turns of Sun do we have left? 2. Alright, so I still have a turn to set up Tailwind after this. So, what I will do this turn... I guess Scald the Gyarados. Because I shouldn't have to attack the Porygon 2. I'm just going to Z-Power Bloom Doom. I'm a Bloom Doom you. Perfect. No switches, no protects. Bloom Doom will body this Porygon 2. Hopefully, unless Bellossom really sucks. Unless I'm overestimating Blossom. This is a timid Bellossom. I was using a modest one when I was testing, but then I realized that it's not fast enough. It's not fast enough to outspeed certain things, so we went timid. Boom. And... oh, no! I should have snarled! No! Blossom! Oh, no. Does Porygon 2 recover this turn? Why? Why, Blossom? I should have snarled so hard. Or scalded the Porygon 2. Why? Oh, Bellossom, if you were modest, you would have killed it too. Gersh darn it. Gersh darn it. And Muck comes out. Uh-oh. That's even worse. So I scald the Muck. Let's get off a quick Energy Ball into the Porygon 2. Let's put some damage on it. Just to put some damage on it. Scald is not going to do very much to Muck, but we do have that possibility to burn, which is always fun. And we don't get it. Hooray! Suicune sucks. He hits the Bellossom. It's going to knock us out. And now Porygon 2 just Thunderbolts. Ow. It's not doing very much, though, at -1. Sunlight does fade, so now my Scald's going to be doing more. But now this Muck can knock me off. Barnacles! I say Barnacles because we have Citrus Berry on Suicune currently. So, gosh, if I just would have Scalded the Porygon 2. I put too much faith into the Bellossom. Yep, there goes my Citrus Berry. Lovely noise from my computer, thank you. I love when you mess up my videos. It hasn't been doing it lately, but it started doing it again. And Porygon 2 is going to recover. I mean, obviously it's a safe play, but if you're knocking off with Muck, you can start hitting me with the Porygon 2. At this point, you got the game. And Suicune doesn't want to burn a Scald anymore, apparently. I think they nerfed it. I think they did. So what could we have done differently? Had we Figgy Berry. It's still no burn. Had we snarled or scalded the Porygon 2, I think scalding would have been the best play there. We would have knocked it out, and then we would have just been up against Muck. I don't necessarily think that would have made us win, because Muck is pretty bulky, and you saw how much Suicune was doing and not burning. Dropped my stylus. And the only thing Bellossom really could hit it with that wasn't resisted is Hidden Power Ice. So I think the Muck had us. I think this was also the game that Rhyperior froze. I think that was the big part of the game, was Rhyperior getting frozen. But what can you do? What can you do? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. If you're excited to see Double Times coming back, and if you're excited to see Bellossom, kind of, I mean, Bellossom tried. It really did. If it was Modest Bellossom, once again, it would have knocked it out, but it's timid, so it can outspeed Jolly, Choice Scarf, Landorus, which you don't see very often. Typically, it's going to be Adamant if it's Choice Scarfed, but what can you do? Anyways, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time. Stay sharp, everyone.